You know what I'm saying? Like people put the material things in front. You know what I'm saying? To make that contractual.
Yep.
And then after that, you're permitted to have my feelings. You know what I'm saying? Now I'll be soft and kind and compassionate after you make $100,000 a year, and after you are 6'4", and after you are athletic.
So
you know what I'm saying?
Wait, Jay, you mean to tell me that in order for me to create some benevolence in my relationship, as far as kindness and politeness and submiss and willingness to just be kind to me, it's going to cost me a whopping $100,000 a year?
Whopping. A grand total, right?
A grand total.
Yeah.
Slum total of $100,000 a year. Testing 1, testing 2. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
You good?
Yep. I heard me. All right. Good.
None of us were born at a certain level. You know what I'm saying?
Good body language. It ain't even gotta be about a man approaching.
That's cool. And you full of it. And that's why you get what you get. So women that's happy because they get, money spent on them, that's just pleasure. That's not happiness.
That's not happiness.
Ay, ay. Look. I'm too cool for the rules, baby, get off of me. Never need no push, I do it all for me. Keep a couple real hitters, got them on call for me. Money moving, got it in the market where it ought to be. Too true for the flex, baby, don't cap to me. Drop 50, bring 150 right back to me. Keep a couple real hitters, got them on call for me. Money moving, got it in the market where it ought to be. Look, Papa don't preach, teachers don't teach. Gon' reach, that's facts. I ain't worried about none of that. I'm making that cash stack. Bunch of O's like NASCAR, but it's really more like NASDAQ. Why they thinking that they hot when they really more like quarter on me like a referee? Hating what they'll never be. Small top with a big bottom, yeah, shorty shaped like a letter D. Let her have it, then I let her be. If you love it, gotta let it grow. Crazy cause you really never know. When I'm hurting, never let it show. I'm a two-tone, two-phone, two-chain, new thing, lane whipper. You a broke, low class, no cash, certified lame. I've been getting to it like I ought to. Couldn't pick, so I bought two. Understand why your chick came, I'm just trying to figure why she brought you. I'm really reppin' and I'm flexed up, and I ain't gotta tell him I'm next up. Sleep on the they rest up, but I'm up and I'm getting my checks up. Me and the fellas be high as propellers, ain't could tell us we great. Looking at like how do you figure unless you could talk about eight figures. I'm too cool for the rules, baby, get off of me. Never need no push, I do it all for me. Keep a couple real hitters, got them on call for me. Money moving, got it in the market where it ought to be. Too true for the flex, baby, don't cap to me. Drop 50, bring 150 right back to me. Keep a couple real hitters, got them on call for me. Money moving, got it in the market where it ought to be. Look. They talking like they don't know a king when they see one. See him in person, he take it back like a refund. Ballin' with my brothers, all my playing D1. Daily checking chicken, he gon' spin it watching reruns. Say they real, but they clones of me. How my cousin in the pen with more phones than me. I got daily correspondence, we tapping in with the Goonies. Tatted tagging my body, they tagging me like they knew me. They actually living goofy, I'm tagging the flicking flexing the muscle like penitentiary Gucci. Been addicted to Stussy and hitting like roofies. I ain't tripping off you cause I've been tripping off Lucy. I'm lucid dreaming and scheming, I'm manifesting a movie. Manuscript in a million, I thought that you knew me. Focusing on the Fetty, the longevity lifestyle. Build a future me, what I'm usually doing right now. Smoking with my shawty, we plotting another 100 grand. Hear them talk a lot, but they knowin' who got the upper hand. Ride about my sister, I'm dying about my brother, man. Leaning out the window, we got him doing the running man. Smoking with my shawty, we plotting another 100 grand. Hear them talk a lot, but they knowin' who got the upper hand. Slide by my sister, I'm dying about my brother, man. Currency from Europe, my energy from the motherland. Tweet a lot, we never seen them in the city though. Taking rent money out to flash it in the video. Staring at the real when they know it hurt, man. Coupe clean, Glock 30 dirty as your work hands. I just got a pallet of product, I'm about to flip it. I don't really got all the minutes for me to kick it. Bought my chick a LLC, we bout to scale it. Partner say he growing some, I told him mail it. Coolin' with my man, he kinda mama by the ocean. Only problem that we got is running out of lotion. Getting to the chicken, let a black man live. I got more rolls on me than a fat man ribs. Never met a single that'll make me feel fear. They be throwing salt in the game, we still here. We don't hear the that he saying, he think it means something. All the players ballin', we blue chippin', we green thumbin'. Smoking with my shawty, we plotting another 100 grand. Hear them talk a lot, but they knowin' who got the upper hand. Ride about my sister, I'm dying about my brother, man. Leaning out the window, we got him doing the running man.
What up, though? Welcome to the MALEROOM Show. Yeah. Let me just introduce the crew. I know I'm here early, but let me introduce the crew real quick. That's Rollo. My man JB the Jen. I'm your guy and your chef. Hey, Dennis, let's go. Yo, mail carriers, man. Y'all know what I like to do, dog. Come on now. Let that beat drop one time. Let's go. Ah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yo. Yo. What up? Welcome to the MALEROOM Show. This your boy Tay Biz, waiting on the guy JB the Gent. Rollo won't be able to make it today again for the one time, but we are still going to go ahead and go on with the show. Y'all know how we do, famo. What's going on? Let's check out the chat real quick before we get too deep into the show. Okay. Moderator Sabrina say, hey, everyone. Hey. Hey. You know what I'm saying? We got Chantrese Hill in the house. Good evening. What's up? Yo. Good boy Tay, man. We get here for the MALEROOM Show, episode number 3. All right, episode number 3. We kicking, we doing it, we're growing. The views is up, the love is up, everything is up. You know what I'm saying? So we want to thank everybody for tuning in to the MALEROOM Show once again tonight. Before we get started with the show and everything like that, you know what I'm saying? I want everybody to make sure they get their glass, get your wine, get something real quick so we can do our salute. All right, we're gonna do that in a minute. But in the meantime, we're gonna go ahead and let you get your glass. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and get it. You know what I mean? So we can go ahead and get the show popping and get it started. All right. But before we get it started, man, before we get it cracking, before we get it popping, you know what we like to do. We like to start the show off with a little bit of the funny. So let's get into it. Yeah, we're going to start the show off with a little bit of the funny. If you just tuning in, welcome to the MALEROOM Show. I'm starting off the show alone today, but it's all good. My man Jay might be in a minute. I don't know, but we're going to get it popping. We're going to get it cracking, all right? It's time for the funny, man. How many, male and female friendships are a little bit different. They rock a little differently. You know what I'm saying? Some things we detect in each other, and even though we're platonic, at the same time, it gets a little real sometimes. So this is my guy, Desi Banks. He's a online comedian. It started off with doing sketches similar to like Country Wayne, but my man is funny. He's phenomenal. And I got a little skit real quick that he did, man. And just take a look at this real quick. All right.
Damn ice cream, you about finished with yours. Shit.
What?
God damn, best friend, what you got going on?
It tastes good.
Nah, hell nah. You acting like something on your damn mind where you just gripped that thing.
That is not true. It just tastes good.
Best friend, you know damn well
Lick it.
you can't eat that in
Lick
there like
it.
that while I'm in here.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You must got a nigga on your mind.
And then on my mind, but this ice cream, it tastes good. So try it. Tell me
Ain't
if it's
nobody lick. God damn. Best friend, what the fuck?
Are you serious right now? Grow up. How old are you?
Oh, I'm good in age, but damn.
You
Don't do that while I'm in the car.
Yeah, whatever.
Shit.
Just act like a fucking teenager.
You gotta show the skills off.
Swear.
What?
Swear.
I can do a little something too now. About time.
Oh, he said I can do a little something too now, dog. Yeah. He said you ain't the only one best friend with the skills, bro. Shout out to my man Desi Banks, man. Shout out to my man Desi Banks, dog. Oh my God, yo, that is hilarious, man. I thought about that. I said, this dude is hilarious. That's how I be sometimes, man. Hey, us fellas, man, we know we got the female friends and all that, man. Sometimes, man, it gets a little different. Man. Cold is the GOAT. What up, though? What's cracking with you, famo? What's cracking with you, my boy? Hey, man, tell for the Dub Gaming, what's up? Jock, you know what I'm saying? All y'all, man, what's up? Bills. Sean Tillman, what up? Hello, everyone's in the building. I appreciate y'all coming in for the Mailroom Show tonight. We gotta get it cracking, man. Get it popping, man. But before we get it popping, you know how we like to start the show off. You know what I'm saying? We have to do our salute. You know what I'm saying? So if you got your glass, go ahead and put a little glass in the chat. Put a little wine glass in the chat if you got your stuff. But it goes like this: as we embark on another round table that has now become the Mailroom Show, let us never ever forget the foundation of the Mailroom Show, that is our Trinity. Let's get it popping. Let's get it moving. All right, yo. Let's do this. Let's get it popping. Oh, we got some wine glasses in the house. We got some sipperoni and cheese in the crib. You know what I'm saying? We got some sipperoni and cheese in the crib. All right, let's get it popping, man. Let's go ahead and get this topic going. Let's get the first topic of the day going, man. Y'all ready? If y'all ready, put a 1 in the chat. If y'all ready, real quick, put a 1 in the chat. I'll keep it moving. First topic of the day. All right. First topic of the day is, how can you tell when you're in a healthy relationship when you've only known bad ones? All right. How can you tell when you're in a healthy relationship when you've only known bad ones? And before we deep dive into this topic, my man JB the Gent just popped on in. I'm gonna bring him on up real quick. So go ahead, let's welcome in JB the Gent real quick. All right, we're gonna get this thing popping. We're gonna get this thing cracking. What's up, my boy?
What's going on?
You
all right?
Oh no, never mind. You was a little lag right there. No, you good. Yeah, man. So we got the show cracking. Got the show started, dog. Everybody look at Sabrina showing love to the gentleman. You know what I'm saying? You got the ones in the chat. And the wine glasses and the ones in the chat. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So, man, we're going to talk about how can you tell when you're in a healthy relationship when you've only known bad ones, all right? I think I'll go ahead and kick this off, man, real quick. So, how can you tell, when you're in a healthy relationship when you've only known bad ones? Hey, man. One of the things that come to mind in this particular scenario is that it will, you're in a healthy relationship, or you can tell. I don't think you can really. Just to answer the question, it says, how can you tell when you're in a relationship, in a healthy relationship, when you've only known bad ones? I'm not sure if you can really tell. One of the things that you can do is you can detect some things about yourself when you're in a healthy relationship. One of the things you can detect is the fact that if someone is in a relationship with you and they're healthy, they're mentally, spiritually, the whole nine, emotionally healthy, and you're not, then it will cause you to get exposed. You will be looking for some things that are wrong when there's nothing there. You will create stuff in your mind. It'll be that calm before the storm type of thing where you misinterpret peace, you misinterpreting all this stuff, and you're trying to get the other person to love in a way that has negativity with it, like jealousy or all that kind of stuff, and trying to create these scenarios in order for you to have a comfortable connection with love. But that person, a healthy person, they're their connection with love has peace, and it has understanding, it has actual true connection, it has all those things. You know what I'm saying? And so, if you're not careful in a healthy relationship, if you're the one that is in the past, or you're the one that still has a residue of things that's going on, that healthy person will cause their presence alone in some cases will cause you to get exposed a little bit, to the point where you realize that there's certain things that you thought that you were able to get past or get over, and you're not. And it's going to be hard for you to tell when it's healthy, because you're looking for something wrong all the time. If you can commit to not looking for something wrong in a relationship, then that means you're coming with a healthy approach. But if you're coming with the approach that something is going to happen, it's too good to be true, that's happened to me in the past before, and now I'll never let this happen again to me, blah, 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 blah. If you go through that type of rigmarole in the beginning of a relationship, then you've already approached it in an unhealthy way, and that person's response to that is healthy, is going to expose you. And so it's going to cause you to not be able to understand how healthy you're in. Like, peace is not familiar. It's unfamiliar to you because you're so used to the chaotic thing. You said something interesting. I think either last week or the week before, Jay, about a person I think it was the first episode where you said something about the love is distorted and misinterpreted, because now you don't think that a person loves you unless they go through your phone, unless they invade your privacy, unless they are jealous, unless there are all these things. Right. Yeah. That's your version of love. And then a healthy person comes along, and you're trying to find that version of love in them, and it's not there. So it's going to be hard for you to tell. But the way you can tell you're in a healthy relationship is if there is no type of projecting of emotion, there's no type of unnecessary arguments, unnecessary chaos, reasonable dialogue, actually exchanging understanding instead of exchanging that I need to be right or I need to make my point. Like those type of things, you can tell you're in a healthy relationship at that point, because there's a calmness. There's a calmness that happens when you're in a healthy relationship, and that's called security. That's the real definition of security, is the fact that you don't have to be or have to showcase insecurities to have it. So that's my take so far. I'm gonna start there, and then I'm gonna let the gentleman do his thing. Then we're gonna bring it all together, man. What up, my boy? Let's go, gentleman.
What's going on, man?
Yes, sir, man.
Hey, man. I think just to kick it right off, apologies for being late, though. Seems like everything's just whatever. But I think people do this too late. I understand what you were saying with that disposition of how you figure it out. Mm-hmm. But I think people do it too late, man. I think people do it so late that they make that the norm. And I think that's what you were talking about when you was bringing up that last point. You know what I'm saying? I think, for the fact that you've been in dramatized situations all the time, mm-hmm. that you make that the norm. Mm-hmm. And you really can't tell you can't define what healthy is. To the point that people might tell you what healthy is, mm-hmm. and since you never seen it or never actually wanted it to be fully developed on your side of the fence, yeah. Then you looked at it as abnormal. Like, what do you mean? Like, people don't argue. What do you mean? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, what do I have to state my case. You become that person. And so I think people do this too late. Like, how do you tell when you in a healthy relationship when you only know the bad ones? People do it so late that they can't. And that's why I think that's why this became a topic for us to discuss, just to put the warning out there that you can get that far, mm-hmm. believing that what you're going through is normal, and it's not. It's not normal. The camaraderie that and the list that Tay just listed is normality in a relationship. The compassion, the communication, and all of that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? The love, the respect, like that's all normal things in a relationship. The normal intangible exchange in a relationship is what he listed. You know what I'm saying? And have you been through so many that's not like that, You would think that is the norm, and you will continue to do that, or you'll be so afraid. It'll get so far you'll be afraid of normalcy. That's how far it will get.
Yeah.
A guy will act normal to you, and you'll be like, "That got to be something wrong with him."
Something's got to be wrong.
That's how much. That's how much you've been in drama situations. You won't know. So to me to answer this question, dog, no, I don't think. If you've been in bad ones all the time, you know what I'm saying? First of all, you can't even deem them bad because you deemed them normal. So we're talking about an outsider look. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point.
People from the outside are looking at and calling your relationship bad. You calling it normal. So you wouldn't even know if it was bad or good being in it. So I'm talking about if from my outside view, if we only had a friend or you know what I'm saying, an associate that we looked at, family member, whatever the case may be, we're looking like, hey, they're going to do a lot of dramatic stuff with their partners. You know what I'm saying? And then maybe it might come to a time you might have to give advice. You know what I'm saying? And you try to give advice like, you know, or they might come to you with at they wits end. That's why I said too late. At they wits end, like, why I can't find nobody that be like, and then we start going down the list. And we notice that it's just you.
It's only you.
And then you deflect, right? And then you deflect like, nah, it's just them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just the way they be. You got so far in the pit that you don't know the way out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To the point that we can't be empathetic. We can only be sympathetic to your situation. You got so far down there that we can't even rise you out of it.
Right.
Because you don't even know what a good relationship is anymore. And that's messed up. So when my key indicator of somebody that does not know that is that when is how you get witnessed with 2 or 3 people. If people say, if you have a good safe area to talk to more than one person about your issue, please do. For one, talk to more than one person about your best friend might not be the person that you need to talk to about this. So you know what I'm saying, have a better area. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Whoever that is, have somebody on the outside, because they're not going to take formality in you. They're not going to take favoritism. They're not going to be like, oh yeah, they messed up, right? You right, girl, you perfect, and you got issues. People got friends like that.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother subject. But if you can have different, people actually saying more than one thing and saying the same thing about your situation, take heed to that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Do something, just like we get car quotes, like go one place, they say the same thing, it might be right.
Get a second
you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, right. You see what I mean? Go get some more opinions and figure it out. Because everybody against you is not a good thing. That's right. You know what I mean? Everybody's saying it, like, you know what I mean? It's not a good thing.
And then it's so funny too, because what happened is, I agree with you, because what happened too in that mindset is that you will start penalizing people or new people in your life after the fact. For instance, like if you were in a controlling relationship before, then what you would do is you would completely change and you will go to a screeching halt of allowing anyone else to be a part of your decision making in your life. Because because of the fact that you are so uncomfortable with relinquishing control, because you don't trust the person because of what happened to you last time, then the other person who actually has your best interest at heart, they'll never be able to make an impact in your life with you, because you're just so hell bent. And like my man said last week, you got calluses all on you emotionally. You don't let nothing penetrate because now you're so distraught and you're so damaged from what happened to you back then that it has carried over and spewed over into other relationships now. And so you won't be able to tell if you're in a healthy relationship. That's why you should be alone. People should be alone. There's an alone period that every person must go through in life, and there is a period of time, even when it's caterpillar to butterfly, there's a period of time where they go through a cocoon phase where that is just for them. There is no one else, nothing else that can help them or to assist them with their growth in that process. That metamorphosis has to happen. It has to happen. It is a natural progression. It cannot change. It is a part of the natural progression of a caterpillar to become what it's supposed to be. And if you're not willing to accept your isolated phase, then accepting phases of people where you're in a relationship, you will never be able to see what it is that you're supposed to see. Never. Because you're so hell-bent, again, on making sure that whatever happened in your past doesn't happen to you again, that you will sabotage the relationship with your own actions if you're not careful. You'll do it. You'll create issues that are not there. And for what? And for what? All for the sake of trying to overprotect yourself from something that happened back then. Okay, well, this person didn't do this to you. I've been down that road. I've been there, done that. That's the been there, done that crew. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, you done been there and done that. So that means that you just completely don't want to have any type of camaraderie, like you said, with someone. Well, if you don't want to have that camaraderie, then don't get in a relationship.
But they don't like themselves, so it's like it's a back and forth thing.
Absolutely, man. It's like it's just with this part right
like
here.
Themselves. The people that you know. I was agreeing to that. People,
I agree with that too,
man.
Yeah,
that's
man.
A1,
sure.
man. Like you really do. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't have people that's totally envious of you.
Exactly.
You can't have people that's all on your board trying to be you. You gotta have a like-minded person, man. Like, and sometimes friends go down all these different avenues, man. And they look like they're friends and they're not. But you know, I think people put I think people they jump into these relationships because they don't like themselves. They don't like to be alone with themselves, because being alone with yourself will expose those issues you have to yourself.
So you just answered this question.
If you don't like
you
so are they fighting themselves? Kind of. They're pretty much fighting themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like if they always got to be in a relationship, they always feeling lonely. They always, you know what I'm saying? They on both sides of it. They always deflecting every dramatic event in the relationship, putting it on the other person. But yet they always say they're lonely, they want to deal with somebody. They don't like themselves. Right. That's the only median. That's the common denominator is your ass. You don't like you. You know what I'm saying? You got your friends, you got the dudes, and then you got you. But you oscillating between all of that. That's you. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't want to look in the mirror, man. We and it's not, I'm going on a different plane psychologically, because it's not their fault. It's society's fault. Society's fault will let you think that you're okay, and you're not. And also not to expose the issues and need to correct the things that you have. You know what I'm saying? If you have communication issues, or you don't know how to display your emotions correctly in an adult manner, people would say that that's fine. You know what I'm saying? And just put icing over that cake and just let it be. It's not necessarily their fault. They just don't have channels of people that put them in a safe spaces to correct these issues.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then, unfortunately, what they do is look into the next partner. And I think we had a comment that said that. They look to the next partner to fix it. That's what that's saying. They try to develop that safe area. That's all they trying to do. You know what I'm saying? You need a safe area to vent and expose and get stuff out. That's why people go to therapy. You know what I'm saying? That's why people go to that family member or that person they really care about, because they don't have a thought about them in a different way or whatever. They just have that safe space. So for the fact you don't have that safe space, you don't want to open up like that. And so you just caught in the catch-22. You vent out to everybody else. You deflect all the dramatic stuff, but yet you don't want to look inside to fix it, so you won't stop doing the output. It's just messed up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's the basis of some people. I'm not saying all people are like that. That's the basis of some people. They don't like themselves. You don't like you. You know what I'm saying? If you too busy doing this up and need this to look this certain type of way, and that's the that's the people that be like, oh, I can't, you know what I'm saying, I ain't nowhere near done, I can't go out. I can't go out like this. You know what I'm saying? I can't go out like that. I can't. That means you have an alter ego that you say that's the real ego of you, that you let life see.
Ooh.
And whatever's for real, you keep at home. And that's the problem. And them type of people want to get in relationships. It's messed up. You know what I mean? So you can't have an alter ego in a relationship. An alter ego relationship does not work.
No, it doesn't.
You have to be yourself.
I need you to be
your
yourself.
weaknesses, your vulnerabilities, your character. It has to be you.
Yeah.
You can't have an alter ego person in a relationship.
No.
And a lot of people are developing an alter ego for themselves because they like them. They don't like their real self. They like them, and they expect you to like the alter ego.
Yeah.
And we clearly see that we know that this is an alter ego. You know what I mean?
We know it. And what? See, this, now then you trigger someone when you actually accept when you accept them for who they really are. When you accept them for who they are, they like. Then they start saying bad things about themselves. Like, I don't look like this. I don't like. They'll start fighting you when you're like, but I like you. I like the raw you at the crib. I like you when you out. I like with no makeup, whatever. It's just you. What do you mean? What do you mean? You. I mean you. just you. That's what I mean. And so a person, it's hard for a person to accept anything good from someone else when they haven't practiced giving it to themselves first. Those are the same people that say, I just don't see how you can just go out to the movies by yourself. I just don't see how you could go out by yourself to take yourself out to lunch alone. You went to lunch alone? Yeah. I had to eat, first of all. Second of all, I wanted to eat out there. I want to go outside. I want to go somewhere and eat. Like, I don't have to have an entourage of people to do that. Yeah, it's cool in its place, but I don't need that for me to feel good about myself. And some people do that to feel good about themselves. You know what I'm saying? Right. And the thing about it is, you want to spend time with people so much, but when the last time you spent time with yourself? Right. You know what I'm saying? When the last time you just spent time with yourself? If it's been a minute, you might want to re-up because you need that. That's how you flush everything that you've been going through. Get that peace. Flush all the other stuff out. Get the peace. Sometimes you have to make others leave you alone for it. All right. That we're gonna talk about that a little bit later because we're gonna talk about that a little bit later. You know what I'm saying? Right. Yeah. Because some people don't get it. They could be family, friends, and it doesn't matter. Some people just won't understand the weight on you. So when you're trying to have a relationship with someone, and you know that you cannot recognize anything healthy because you've been in so many bad relationships, you can't even tell when a man or a woman is good to you. Then that's when you need to screech and halt. So you know what? I need some time with myself, and then take that time. You know what I'm saying?
I know I used to run into that a lot. You know what I'm saying? Of the one with the alter egos and the serial daters, and it's like that. The ones that don't like, you know. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And since I am the type of since I am the type of person that I am, I'm the one that I give as I would like to be given to me. So I develop safe space so you can have that conversation with me. I usually have people tend to fall into attraction with me because they develop the safe space with me. That doesn't mean I'm a candidate. That just means that I can expose that issue with you that I need you to fix on yourself. You know what I'm saying? The next comprehensive person in your life is not your next candidate if you have this issue. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people think that. Like they go through all these bad they go through these bad series of events with men and women. And the next comprehensive person I'm saying comprehensive because they know they can pull out what's going on with you and what's going on with your last situations. You know what I'm saying? They're in tune with it. They can figure it out. You know what I'm saying? That comprehensive person will go ahead and probably just date you on the whim. Maybe y'all just met. Everything was cool initially. And then they will go ahead and explain your story to you more than you will. You know what I'm saying? Wow. And then for the fact that safe area been developed because of that and that communication and those things start to develop and be something different what you're supposed to. Generally, you just have an attraction to it. You be like, dang, you pulled that out about me. Dang, I mean, I ain't know I was like that for real. I'm like that.
Yeah.
Right. Well, you know what I'm saying, and you become, you make that person that safe area, right?
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean y'all compatible.
Right.
That does not mean
that is a fact.
Y'all compatible. That does not mean that. Just because I expose your issues don't mean you still don't have issues. You still need to fix them.
Yeah.
I was just comprehensive enough to tell you that. And to give you enough time and space for you to expose that on your own. That's all it was. Good. You just had nobody to say that.
That's good.
So, I mean, you know, that's
factual right there, my boy. That's fact Prescott right there, my boy. That's a I agree, Sean. That's fact Prescott. Rain fact Prescott. For sure, dog. That doesn't, just because someone is able to pull it out and expose it doesn't mean and be compassionate enough with you so that way you can get the initial ball rolling. It does not mean that you're supposed to be with them. Okay, right, that person is there for a certain season of time and everything. That doesn't mean you're ready for a relationship either. You know, again,
does not mean that. It
goes back to what we said something last season. You want what you didn't have to go through before. That's all you know. You don't know what your deal makers really are. You don't know what your deal makers really are. You just know that you don't want to repeat the last 2-3 bad relationships that you had. You don't want to repeat it in the next one. So anything that is the opposite of that, you get attached to. Stop it. You got that. That is not gonna fly, man. That's not gonna fly. But yeah, man. That's good stuff, bro. That's good stuff, man.
Yeah.
This is the Mailroom Show, season 3, episode number 3 of the Mailroom Show. I might put the wrong thing up there. Hey, yo, I put season 2 up there by mistake on the headline. But it's season 3, episode 3, right, of the Mailroom Show. Yeah, we'll figure it out. And so we are glad that everyone came and joined in. We see the chat is popping, man. Y'all participating. We appreciate it. Again, your Q&As are welcomed during the show. We will be answering those questions during the show. It don't have to be about our topics, but it can be about a topic or anything. Any question you may have, put it in the chat. We'll go ahead and we'll tackle it during the show to the best of our ability, and then we'll go ahead and keep it pushing, man. But until then, man, everything's good, right? Good, bro? Ready to move on?
Mm-hmm.
My man. Let's do it. We're in the building. We are in the building, dog. All right. Because my man says something very interesting. He used a certain word that was very interesting, comprehensive. So, we got another question. How do comprehensive men detect a lack of femininity in a woman? Now, I want to see what you think, bro. Do you want me to do? Do you want me to do the vid now?
Let's do the vid.
Yeah. Do the vid? You want me to do the vid now? Okay, all right.
Yeah, please.
Check this out, y'all. We're talking about how do comprehensive men lack. How do comprehensive men, detect a lack of femininity in a woman? Let's go.
Created a generation of narcissistic women, and what's happened is the rise of social media and the rise of online dating and the rise of feminism has taught women that they are not to blame for any poor choices. Every poor choice is glamorized. So if you want to be a sex worker, it's great. If you want to post in bikini pictures online, it's fine. If you want to be with it, every poor choice is glamorized, and every internal reflection is seen as gaslighting yourself. So they've even got terms for internal reflection to prevent it happening. And so what will happen is they are trained to not reflect on themselves because we've been told we've been oppressed for so many years. Now it's time to make sure we project. And so we don't take any accountability. And as a result, when we get into relationships, if we don't feel completely soothed all the time, he must be a narcissist. He must be a manipulator. He must be gaslighting. He, rather than I. Created a generation.
Created a generation of narcissistic women. She has a lot of courage.
Yeah, to say that shit.
Yeah, man. Gentlemen, because she broke all kind of code with that. She broke all kind of code. Yeah. I'm gonna let you start this off, brother. How do comprehensive men detect a lack of femininity in a woman?
Actually, if I may.
Yeah.
Somebody, in the chat asked.
They're ahead of us already.
Whatever.
Yeah, we're gonna get there, Miss Hill.
Do that.
We're gonna definitely do
it's
that.
in the title. We should do that now.
We should do that.
We should do that now. Can you do that and then I'll follow up.
All right. So let's first define the comprehensive man. All right. The comprehensive man is a man who is courageous, compassionate, strong, sensitive, lives freely from his heart, not his hurt. He is able to express his emotions without being ruled by them. He is dangerous, yet he is disciplined. So he has abilities to do things that may cause danger, but his choices causing him not to do it. He comprehends himself. He knows what he wants. He knows who he is. And he also knows around him, the people around him. He understands what they need and what they want. And those things are the comprehensive man. A balanced-minded man. Comprehensive man.
He sounds like he calculated. Like he knows the steps.
A very calculated balance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Well, comprehensive men like comprehensive women.
Ding, ding,
Let's just start there. Since we defined what it was, comprehensive men like comprehensive women.
Absolutely.
This is kind of how we detect the lack of femininity in a woman.
Okay.
Because we're looking for the same attributes as comprehensive men might have. You know what I'm saying? Just like, did you hear the list that he just went through? You know what I'm saying? And so in the organic ability to be a woman, just the organic ability to be a woman, lies the compassion and support and the tenderness and the compromise and the stability and all of that. In the natural organic attribute of a woman lies this. You know what I'm saying? Just like the protector and the you know what I'm saying, the willing to defend is in the man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just embedded. It's what we're blueprinted with.
Yeah.
That you know what I'm saying? Likewise, women are built with that. It's an organic ability to be feminine.
Yep.
If you take that off, or if you do not exercise it, we can detect that from afar.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
If you think submission, because first of all, comprehensive men. First of all, comprehensive men, they ask a lot of questions. You know what I'm saying? They want to know their parameters, so they ask a lot of questions. They're not just on the whim type people. Like Tay said, they know the people around them. They get used to it. They know themselves. You know what I'm saying? So they don't just make, you know what I'm saying, emotionally based decisions. They're very calculated, right? So if we were dating someone, if you had a comprehensive man, he asked a lot of questions. A lot of questions that probably nobody asked you. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's because he wants to comprehend you. That's why, right?
Yeah.
So that person, will ask you about the organic ability to be, especially in this area, in this society we live in.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They will ask you that. They will ask you questions around that, or put you in scenarios and see how you would think in certain scenarios, just to see your ability just to be naturally feminine, right? Because that is for some reason that's just the headline now. Right?
Yeah.
So, especially in dating, we would do that. So if the guys see that submission is a bad word to you, he can detect the lack of femininity in you.
Yeah.
Because he knows he ain't even got to wait for you to do anything. If you define it that way, that means you feel that way, ergo you will act that way. You know what I'm saying?
Wax.
If you define it that way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't display any type of, and this is just an interrogation, if you don't display any type of, I will let him make the choices or I can play my role type scenario, then You know what I'm saying? We detect that off the bat because we know based on the study of women, based on how we were raised. I'm talking about the real mothers and grandmothers, right? I'm talking about them, right?
Yeah.
how those women were. You know what I'm saying?
Real ones. That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the wife, like the wife that played the woman that played the wife on the Cosby Show. She wasn't like that just on the role of the Cosby Show. Mm-hmm. She was like that in life. Like seriously, right? I had to look her up. I was like, dang, you know what I'm saying? She would just display that adult, mature, black, proud woman thing. She just had it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so us knowing that, you know what I'm saying? Us knowing the education of women like that, and just you know what I mean? Just knowing our experiences with women and what will suit us as we're trying to be men. You know what I'm saying? We can detect the lack of femininity fast because those attributes, first of all, that's what matter to us. Mm-hmm. We don't really care if you're like the baddest chick in the room.
Right.
I don't know if a lot of women believe that though.
No, they don't. No.
I don't think you would, but if you know what I'm saying? We don't the men that's going after the baddest chick in the building is doing that for a trophy purpose. Comprehensive men don't necessarily go after the baddest. We go after the one that fits. Therefore, if we see her in a lounge or in a library, we can pick accordingly. You know what I'm saying? We can see her at a fast food restaurant sitting by herself. We will pick accordingly. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's just what it is. We don't even go for stature like that. I don't think a lot of women believe that. We don't. Like, if you were to ask, you know what I'm saying? Just not even riding on your own education. If you were to ask a man, we don't. We don't necessarily do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just because the intangibles are the most important to men.
Right.
That intangibility.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Is the most. Now, don't get me wrong. We have men that screwed that up, that think that's a tyrannical way of living is the expression of women's femininity. It's not. Now, we're not saying that. Mm-hmm. Submission does not equal slavery.
It's not even close.
It's not even close to that. It's not even that. It's for the fact that you. It's for the fact that you believe so much in the man and you love and respect him so much that you're willing to let him lead the direction that y'all wanted to go. Like that actually is powerful. Submission is actually a powerful thing. Mm-hmm. And if a woman recognizes that and can play that role, a man will pick that up fast. Yeah. And be like, you know what? Hey, that's awesome. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, women are nowadays, modern day women, you know what I'm saying? And I explain modern day women are not just young women. Modern day women is modern day thinking people. Yeah. Modern day women, they just think that submission is a bad word, and you know what I'm saying, a bag is the preference of the relationship, and all of this wild, crazy stuff that didn't even matter. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Tay, I think you made this point. Like, if you yourself didn't have a bag and didn't want living no okay lifestyle, then you know what I'm saying, if you was in that situation of trying to work yourself out, you'd be sitting in the corner quiet as hell. You wouldn't even say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Uh-huh. But since you somewhat successful and doing your thing and look the way you do, all of a sudden you want to broadcast the fact that how guys ain't on your stature. Yeah. It's just wild. Anyway, that's how for me, I'm gonna take it over to you. That's the way I will see, because comprehensive men would like a one similar. So we will want that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So since we want that and we know the attributes we take, we would like the neutrality of the attributes of a woman to show as the same way. Absolutely. And we would detect that based on conversation, dating. We don't have to be with you to do that. We can just talk to you and figure that out. And that's how we detect the lack of femininity in a woman. I don't know if that makes sense.
Absolutely. It makes total sense. I totally agree with you, sir. Our moderator, Big Cal Gaines. What up, though, Big Cal? He made a comment earlier, real quick. I want to piggyback on it, and also put your link in the chat, Big Cal, for sure, as well. A comprehensive man is a man who knows he's whole, mind, body, and spirit. He's complete before the woman comes. So I want to just piggyback on this, because complete doesn't mean perfect. Complete means finished. like the product is finished. It's ready it's ready. You know what I'm saying? And so sometimes some women want a perfect man, which is flawless to them, and they can keep their flaws though. You know, God's still working on me. You know, they got that whole thing. Yeah, so they can still do that, right? But the man has to be perfect. No, he needs to be complete. Okay, he needs to be
God's
complete.
still working on me.
He got the Lord working on me, girl. Yeah, you. Perfect. Hey, look, perfect. Yeah, but he's still working on me, so I need your patience. The thing about the comprehensive man is the fact that the comprehensive man can detect the lack of femininity not only just by what you say, but what you don't say and how you are, and how you act, and how you respond. He watches you. He's a very observant man. Okay, so when a man is watching you, he's looking at you. He's seeing how you carry yourself. Lets me know that you're lacking the femininity. One of the things about femininity that's very, very important is modesty, chastity. All right, we don't talk like this anymore. We don't talk like this anymore.
No,
modesty, modest apparel, modest appearance. Okay. Hey man, listen, ladies, I love y'all, but if you got them things hanging all out, okay, you know what things I'm talking about. Them things. If you got all that out, right, in a public place, all right, hey, try to find some respect. I dare you. You know, try to find it. It's going to be a hard task. It's going to be a tall tale, all right? Because your femininity and your beauty goes together. Oh my God, okay. The beauty of a woman and her femininity is like a threefold cord that can't be easily broken, like thing, where it's the beauty, it's the femininity, and then when it comes together, that's the complete woman. That's the complete woman. And so that woman has the ability to make a man the forethought, which is what you talked about, Jay, in a way, about the fact that she displays the kindness, she displays the submission, she displays it because it's a part of her, it's embedded in her. She doesn't have to have a reason to be submissive or feminine or whatever. She just is that. She just chooses to submit to her own husband like she's supposed to, but she has that attribute already. No, that is something that can't be trained. You have to be born with it. You're embedded with it. And so the thing about it is, if you say that your submission is you a submissive woman, if you are, but if the guy only makes a certain amount of money for you to display your submission, then you have monetized your femininity again, like we talked about in the first episode, and actually you have shown the lack of it. You have shown the lack of it. Now you have put a price tag, you put a franchise tag on a man, because in order for your submission to be what he wants it to be, he has to make a certain amount of money. He has to do a certain thing. And you don't want to get rid of him at the same time, because whatever he's giving you is something that's fulfilling you, but it's only giving you pleasure, short-term fulfillment. The long-term fulfillment that you're trying to get to, you won't be able to get to, because you've already shown this man that you're only for the money, or you're only for the streets, or you're only for the lifestyle. You're only for the things that are tangible. Men, comprehensive men, want intangible attributes that fit his. It's nothing worse than being in a relationship with a woman who don't think about you. Yeah. You know what I mean? I've never thought of I'm not a preemptive thought. I'm a reactive thought. I'm an afterthought. We're in a relationship. You think about me later. You do what you do and where and all that kind of stuff. You don't think about you don't think about myself in that. You also think you don't care about. You just think about you, and so you'll go out into the world. You're in a relationship now. You're in a marriage or engagement or a real committed relationship, and you just going out there like you just representing you, when actually it's a representation of the man. So then, how many ladies, and put a 1 in the chat, ladies, how many ladies have a man approach you when you was in a relationship or you was hanging out with your girls or wherever you was at? How many ladies came across a guy who said, oh, your man let you wear that out there like that tonight? Your man let you wear that tonight? For real? Like, you looking good. Your man let you wear that? Why is that man saying that to you? Because men, we understand that it's a representation of the kind of man you have. That lets me know that the man don't care about you like that. If that was cool with him.
Not
if
like
it was
that.
cool with him, no, he don't care about you. If it was cool for you to be able to have just a sports bra type shirt with a dress, with a skirt, and belly out, shoulder out, everything out, because it's the summer. You gotta do it for the summer. You gotta show off your summer body, right? Hot girl summer. You gotta do that, right? But you're in a relationship.
Oh, wow.
You're in a relationship though, so the modesty is out the door. So you like femininity there. I mean, the chastity is out the door. You like femininity there. You are susceptible to flirtatious ways about yourself. You're very loose with your information. You talk a lot. You talk too much. Give up too much information. You do too much. All these things, and you want a guy to be able to give you whatever you want or be whatever you want him to be for you. But when it's time to reciprocate, you're lacking. Reciprocation is lacking. So a comprehensive man will definitely be able to detect the lack of femininity in you because he is already complete. He's complete. He knows what a comprehensive woman looks like. And if you don't fit that description of the comprehensive woman, he like, man, that ain't gonna work with me. Like you said, Jay, that ain't gonna work with me. Because this is not how I roll. This is not what I want in a woman, in a partner, in someone that I want to spend the rest of my life with, or whatever the case may be. This is not what I want to do. And so he has that very right to say that and do that. It's the guys.
That's fast.
It's the guys. It's the guys who have the men who have distorted masculinity with aggression, physical aggression in particular. Those are the ones that society says that we're going to create a whole narrative for about that. They call it toxic masculinity. They gave it a term.
Oh.
Right. But see, men and women express aggression differently, but it's still aggression. Women have to express aggression somehow. How do they do it? Normally, they express aggression verbally. They will verbally annihilate you. Oh yeah, ladies. Some of you out there have said some egregious things in the heat of a moment, and gave no damns in the process. You just had to let off and let out.
That's why your feet small, because you know everything else is.
Yeah.
Boo!
Yeah. That's why last night you peed in the bed with me after you did that thing. Pissing in the bed, ass boy. You know what I'm saying? Piss in the bed, ass boy. Now you have
it's out there.
now what you have done is you have replaced what men do on the physical standpoint. We show physical aggression. You show it verbally. There are some things that a woman will say that will destroy a man. Yeah. Destroy a man. Now it is Sunday real quick, right? So I'm gonna go to scripture just a little bit about a story that we all know about Job. And he had a wife, and God said, yo, the devil looked for him like, yo, have you considered my servant Job? He like, yo, I looked at him, but you got a hedge around him. You got protection around him, all this kind of stuff. Look, go ahead. You can attack Job, but just don't kill him. Don't touch his life. You can touch everything else. And he had boils on his body. He lost his kids in a storm. He lost his cattle. He lost his money. He lost his respect in the street. He was the old man that everybody used for wisdom, but they didn't want to listen to him no more because he ain't had what he used to have. And his wife said, what? You ought to just curse God and die. Right? Talk about something to say to a man that's down on his luck. Now, how many times have a woman have said something to a man that will crush him? Ladies, how many of you out there have crushed a man before? You can be honest. You ain't got to put a 1 in the chat. Yeah, I ain't gonna ask y'all to put a 1 in the chat. But I'm just saying, how many of y'all have done that? Where you have said something that you knew was going to hurt that man because of how you felt. That's how women show aggression. Men show aggression physically. We do everything physically. That's why we get into sports. That's why we go to war. That's why we play with computers and we build stuff and we do things, because that's how we're created. So that aggression is there. But the comprehensive man knows how to discipline that aggression, knows how to reciprocate your aggression with something called compassion and also something called courage, where he has the courage to speak and say what's on his mind and in his heart without worrying about how you always have to feel about it. Now that man got to walk on eggshells with you? Really? But it's okay for you to let off and let out. Because you had some issues in your past and now it's causing you to lack femininity. The comprehensive man ain't even gonna trip on you like that. Hey, baby girl, you know what? I hear you. It's all good. Do your thing. But you won't be doing that with me, though. Much love to you. You feel me? But you're not gonna be pressing me with that, because you know I don't roll like that.
Yeah, Big Cal actually he actually said that, and you know, in a previous comment, man, he said, you know, we know how other men think, because that's the only one the comprehensive man is the only one that can detect the lack of femininity. If you have a man detecting that, he's comprehensive in some aspect. Like everybody else is just looking at you as, you know what I'm saying, maybe the physical beauty you have or something like that, and just taking that for face value, quote unquote, and then letting it be it. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, she fine and that's it. You know what I'm saying? So she gotta be. You know what I'm saying? Oh, she, you know, she has this feminine way of look, and it's like, oh, okay, that's just it. You know what I mean? Like, so the comprehensive man is the only one that detects lack of femininity. Everybody else is not. They just taking it just for face value. Like, that's just what it is.
Right.
And I don't think that a lot of modern day women, I don't think they really think about this, but your femininity and the ability to produce that on an intangible level is directly linked to your beauty.
Say it so.
It's directly linked. The way you output your femininity is directly linked to your beauty.
Because you,
for the comprehensive man,
that's right.
For the comprehensive man,
the attitude is jacked up. You'll start.
If you find and got an attitude, you are horrible.
That's a good.
Like, seriously, you are the most ugliest chick in the building.
That's a good point.
Like, seriously.
Yep, that's a good point.
You know what I'm saying? That outer beauty can have such a detriment effect on you when your femininity is lacking.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And it can very much so. You can be an average cute person and trying to do your thing and have the intangibility of just exposing the femininity as it should be, and trying to, you know what I'm saying, you was raised right and all that type of stuff. Dog, you would literally be illuminated in the room. Like, you don't have to do anything. You will show yourself. Like, I noticed this. I had to learn in the midst of me becoming a man, I had to see, you know what I'm saying, how it is when a real woman shows up. You know what I'm saying? You know, being young, you just look at anything and everything. Yeah. But just looking for a real comprehensive woman, you know what I'm saying, you got to see how she's sold. She's not out there like that. She has a modesty to her. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's very, you know what I'm saying? She's in her own lane. Like, everything about she does, don't matter if she does have high outer beauty or whatnot or not. She's just in her own lane. That makes her conversation, her mannerism, all exuberates. You know what I'm saying? One of a feminine nature, and it's just awesome. That's how you be fine to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's how that works to me. But that, you know what I'm saying, a very high, you know what I'm saying, a real beautiful woman from an outside point, and she has a lack of femininity, and she has a bad attitude, and it's just aggressive and all that type of stuff. Like, it makes her look horrible. It's directly linked. Like, some people don't think that, but it is. It's directly linked to your beauty.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because it works the other way around.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just the only other person that would beat the unicorn man that people be talking about is a comprehensive man.
That's it. Yeah.
The only person that would beat a unicorn man, unicorn man. You know, the thug scientist.
Yeah,
you
the
know,
thug
the
scientist.
brains that's romantic.
Yeah.
Right. That's what that guy, the unicorn. The only person that could beat a unicorn is a comprehensive man.
Yeah.
A man that's sure about himself. A man that just respects women the way he is, respects himself, respects his family, his mother. You know what I'm saying? Knows how to make decisions, you know what I'm saying, for him and his household and wife.
Absolutely.
Or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the only person that'll beat him.
Yep.
And that guy can look just as normal and average like every day else. But as soon as you start talking to him, you know what I'm saying? That masculinity that women be looking for just comes out. And you be like, it's something to this guy.
Yeah.
That's how that happens.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not always how he looks. Unfortunately, we just physical people.
Yeah.
But that's not how I live. The moment he start talking to you, like, you know what I'm saying? And it'd be a whole different game plan.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So women do that with us too. That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely. That's a fact. Yo, you enjoyed this topic, put a 1 in the chat real quick. That was beautiful. Definitely beautiful. The boy said, "Shroy you." That boy Jay was cooking, dog. Yo, man. Again, there's Q&A. You can put your questions in the chat, man. We will definitely get to them throughout the show. Tell me what y'all think in the chat about, you know, the comprehensive man topic and what we just had, because I know that a lot of times when we have our topics, man, some people are not really familiar with what we be talking about until they come to the Mailroom Network. You know what I'm saying? Come to the Mailroom Show. So let us know, like in the chat, you know what I'm saying, what you thought about the comprehensive man, and if that makes sense. Because again, and the comprehensive man is not a pushover, by the way. He ain't no punk. He's someone that will stand 10 toes down, but he'll also do it in love, and he'll do it in a way that is acceptable to his woman, and also to the women in or people in his life, period. You know, his protection. Yeah, exactly. So again, man, so shout out to the topic, man, topic 2. And again, if that boy Rollo was in the building right now, he would ask us a question. He'll say, "Hey fellas, what time is it?" It is time for the feature topic of the week.
All right.
Yes, sir. Feature topic of the week. You saw the thumbnail all week. You know what weekend. You know what time it is. The feature topic: should a man fulfill a woman's intangible lack? Nah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I want you to start off, but I did a poll. And I asked the question: should a man fulfill a woman's intangible lack? And 100% of the people said no. 100% of the people said no.
100%.
100%.
We can go home.
100. Yeah, we can go. Let's go home.
We can go
Let's
home.
go home.
Let's
Like
go home.
He need a jet. Chantel said, great topic. The comprehensive man is something that should be talked about more often. That's a fact. That is a fact. The comprehensive man. We always talk about the Poogies and the Ray Rays and all that kind of stuff, but season 3, we elevating our topics, we elevating our content, and the comprehensive man is something that's not talked about a lot, and we do need to talk about it more often, just in general. So I agree with that 100%. Gentlemen, floor is yours, dog. Should a man fulfill a woman's intangible lack?
As I agree with the poll, though. I do want to say this, though. It's a fine line to get there. To me, only because is that we are not perfect, and I do want to say that, like, we're, you know what I mean, we all have a lack in somewhere. We do. You know what I mean? We all have things that we need to improve on. We all have things we need to change and correct in ourselves. So I want to say that first off, we're not talking down to people that have, you know, those type of, has an intangible lack that, you know what I'm saying, that either cannot be fixed or has been happening for a long time. We're just like, yeah, we're not, you know what I'm saying, we're not doing that. However, there are some things that you should know as an adult. There's some things you should know as a requirement for a relationship.
You should
Those things. Weird, and nobody should be in the ability to teach.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Exactly.
Right. Those things, the ones that the total just fight the foundation of like just being nice to people, like being kind. Like you don't have to be kind.
No.
Just being kind. We talked about it. Benevolent. Like just being kind to others.
Yeah.
Like that's something that you should just be as an adult. Now you can have your opinion about society and how people are. I get it, but if you're just walking into a place, you know what I'm saying, that just serves, you know what I'm saying, whatever coffee, whatever, you would expect that person behind the counter to have some type of benevolence.
Facts.
You would just expect that, right? Like just how you doing? Hey, real quick, how can I help you? That's just a nice thing. You know what I'm saying?
To Brazil, did you want some sugar with that tea?
Thank you. In time,
Anytime
like
to that
that's
time,
just
right?
right. And a stub, please.
And a stir. We like your stir with your tea. I would bring it to your table at once.
It's just a basic amount of it. You're not even talking about just, oh my God, we're not even talking about it not being pious. I'm not talking about that. Just being kind. Like that's just a normal thing. And that's just a normal requirement to be an adult. If you don't have that, you know what I'm saying, the respect for others, you know what I'm saying, just normal basic stuff, just morality as a basic understanding. Those are not teaching. So when I'm thinking of intangible lack, I'm talking about the lack of the foundation attributes that you should have in normal life and expectancy of relationships. Those normal things. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just it. You know what I mean? You can work on stuff. You know what I'm saying? But just the normal basics. Like, if you don't have that, then should a man fulfill that? No.
Right.
Look, I'm done teaching.
Yeah.
I'm done teaching. Like, I'm through with if I see you don't got it, I'm just gonna walk away. Now, I ain't gotta be mean to you. I don't have to be disrespectful. I'm just not gonna be around. Like, that's just it. If you got something to work on, you just got something to work on. If you ask me, I'm gonna tell you that shit.
Right.
Like, that's just it. Like, all due respect. I'm not even trying to be, are you mean? You telling people where they are? Yes, I am. I'm doing that out of love. I respect. Like, look, hey, you just ain't got it all. You need to go back to the drawing board. Yeah. This is why. This is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just trying to be, you know what I'm saying, a good friend at this point. Yeah. Like, it is what I'm not teaching anymore, man. I'm not going through and be like, hey, when a man is like this, a woman I'm not doing it. I'm not doing that no more, dog.
I see when a man, I ain't doing this, man, bro. You
know what I'm saying?
On my time.
And people think that we should band-aid their issues. You know what I'm saying? And their issues are usually, I said this before in previous season, they think we should band-aid their issues. Those issues are usually intangible. Mm-hmm. Those issues that we talk about usually intangible. The inability to trust. The lack of being kind. You know what I'm saying? The lack of femininity. The lack of submission. Yeah. Those are, you know what I mean? Your aggressiveness. You just all over those things. Like, I'm not teaching the fact that you need to do this. If you can't figure it out, and if you don't think you got a problem, it is what it is. You know why? Because life will let you know eventually.
That's a fact.
They just will. It will let you know eventually. You might be just as fine, and then your life come crashing down off of your intangible lack. It just might come crashing down, or it might be an event to really expose you, and you can't do nothing about it but look at it. That's how life is.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it really is. You reap what you sow. You build enough. You know what I'm saying? You gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? The more you F around, the more you find out. Yeah, that's right. That's just what it is. So, no, we're not, I don't think a man should do that, because in fact, what in one instance you're saving. That's really what you're doing. You're saving.
Captain,
you know what I'm saying? You're trying to. The power is yours, right?
I am Captain. Go, Brandon.
Anyway,
By
So
these
what?
ladies combined. No,
I.
by these hoes combined. No, I am
All right.
Captain.
God.
No, no,
So
my bad.
you're saving, man. Like you don't want to be in a saving position because those people that has the lacking originally. All they're gonna do is expose another lack and make you be the director of it.
Yeah,
That's all they're gonna do.
Yeah.
Like once you fix
Yeah.
one thing, you
Yeah.
gotta fix something else, and you
Yeah.
become the savior of them. Like, and
The
it doesn't,
savior.
and it doesn't work. Dog.
It
Like,
doesn't, man.
so no, you know what I mean? Like, and it goes the other way. I don't know what's wrong with you women. I don't. It goes the other way.
It really do.
You're not fixing a dude.
No, you don't want to raise no
There's
boy.
some-
You don't want to raise another man, do you?
Right. That's why the Bilderberg concept is so stupid. You're not raising. Why would you raise a man?
Exactly.
Why would you fix his you know what I'm saying? His ability to be a man, like anything, those foundational attributes I was talking about.
Hell yeah.
Why are you doing that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't. Would you do that for? And you have women that do that and be like, he can't live his life without me, and get some type of satisfaction out of that. I don't
Crazy.
understand.
It's the most
He can't live his life without me.
counterproductive, counterintuitive thing I've ever experienced.
Right.
I want to go to a comment real quick, right? So,
Okay.
If I can, Jay. So this comment right here, Chantrice Hill said, that's the problem these days. People don't want to do the introspective work on themselves and take the accountability for their lack, then work on it. Okay, now I want to unpack this comment real quick because I agree with this comment, but I want to go further. The accountability. See, we talk about accountability, but there's an aspect of accountability that we don't talk about, which is consequence. Society does not push consequences on women, so they can dispel. They can be dismissive when it comes to accountability. The reason why is because the law itself will not uphold women to be accountable for certain things. Even when it comes to the prison system, a woman can do the same crime as a man and have a lower sentence. So, although I agree with that, that's the reason why you see it so much. That's the reason why you see it practiced, the lack of accountability, the lack of doing the work, because there is no one to be able to hold consequence on women. I did a study, man. I was doing some research, and I was researching women and men who go to therapy. And do you know that 70% of the time women will quit their therapy before men? They will stop doing the work before men do. Men have a proclivity to commit longer in therapy opposed to women. Let me tell you something. When I read this study, man, it blew my mind. Because for some reason, the narrative is with men that we have a lack of commitment. We like to cheat all the time, blah, 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 and all this kind of stuff. Right. When it's BS, it is BS. The reality of it is this: is that men and women, and when it comes to relationship, they cheat most of the time around the same time, same period of time, or the same amount, same rate, almost. It's like a 2%, 3% difference. However, there is a lack of support that happens. Support, intangible. Support, intangible. That thing right there. A comprehensive man who finds a supportive woman, he will give her more time. He will give her more attention. He will even bring things to her that he normally wouldn't talk about. Because he knows that the level of support that this woman has is conducive to the capacity of man that he is.
That's true.
And so oftentimes the reason why these women, especially modern women of this day, the modern women, the reason why they have such a hard time taking accountability and owning it and working and doing the work is because there is no consequence for it. We know that men know that if we don't do the work, if we don't become better as men, we know that everything that we are responsible for will crumble under us. There is no, that's a consequence that we would have to pay for. Women know they don't have no consequence because there's no consequence pushed in society at all. Give me one. Give me a consequence that's pushed. The state of Tennessee, we talked about this last season in Coffee Conversation. The state of Tennessee has to make DNA mandatory at birth simply because women in that state in particular were doing maternity fraud. Putting men's names on birth certificates, knowing that they were not the father, and having them pay child support, putting them in the rearage. Some of those men went to jail. And those women who did it, and they found out the women who did it, those women did not go to jail, did not get fined, nothing happened to them. No consequence. So this is the reason why you see a lot of women, some of the women that you may know or may not know. Some of the women that listen to us are very mature, very comprehensive women. Some women are finding out things. They're like, you know what? I never heard these men talk like this before. This is interesting. I mean, we get a lot of different types of women that see our show, and we love all of you all. But let's not get it twisted. There is a lack of consequence. That's the reason why a man should not fulfill the intangible lack in you. Should he do it? Absolutely not. Because there is a lack of consequence for you. It's not even pushed on a societal level. Not even pushed on the societal level. Look what happened to your girl over the summer. What's her name? With the C, the one that saw the baby on the side of the road, and she was kidnapped. Yeah, and everybody knew she was BSing except women. All the women like, okay, they better look for her like she was a white girl. They was looking for her. And guess what? She lied the whole time. And what happened? What happened? You see what I'm saying? I think to this day, what they're trying to find some sentence for, they're trying to, yeah, sure. It's a slap on the hand. It's a slap on the hand. Now, what if she got kidnapped for real? And then on top of that, when the situation happened, they immediately said that it was the boyfriend who probably did it when the boyfriend had nothing even to do with it. She was stealing money from her college to become a nurse. They found that out. She was taking money from the cash register. Her parents were paying for her education. She was stealing. No consequence. No consequence. Robin Givens accused Mike Tyson of grape after he gave her fellatio. Really? I've never seen a pleasant grapist before. I've never seen a grapist be want to turn you on. Blamed him for that, and he went to he the one paid the consequence. Then find out she lied. Nothing happened to Robin Givens. I'm taking y'all back a little bit. I'm not saying this to make nobody uncomfortable. I'm saying this because it's a reality check. Men have done more and beyond for women in this society. Period. We have done, and I know men that I can ask on an individual basis. On an individual basis, they have done things for women beyond what they were supposed to, and that woman paid no consequence. As a matter of fact, she asked for more favors. Can you do more for me? Hey, it's my birthday. Can you get my nails painted and toenails painted? I don't even talk to you like that. Not anymore. But all of a sudden, you can just out of nowhere, you can just do whatever you want to do with your life. And then you know that there's a guy somewhere that can pay up for the lack that you have. So you'll call him back instead of being proactive in your own life to make sure you don't have to ask for any of those things. You should be able to have all the intangibles intact. Just like Big Cal said earlier, a comprehensive man is complete. A comprehensive woman is complete as well. Completing herself and sure of the man that she chooses. And if you are unsure of the man that you choose, then you should not be with him and you shouldn't be in a relationship. And I know that you're unsure because you're going through his phone while he's in the shower. The man can't even go in the shower and have his own privacy of his phone because you're going to go into it to see if he's texting a chick or if he's emailing somebody or if he's liking some pictures and all that kind of stuff on the ground.
Damn.
Now your insecurity, intangible lack, is now on display. And this man coming out the shower answering questions because of your insecurity. He ain't even thinking about another chick. But you are. Yeah, man.
That's a good way to that whole thing about consequence was great, man. Like I had to sit here and think about that. That is facts. Like that's big facts.
Hey, Big Cal is crazy, dog.
He said he quit, man.
Cal's on. Hey, Cal's
he ain't
on.
messing with us no more.
Cal is on. Stay with.
He said he quit.
He said he quit, man. He don't want to be the moderator. He don't want to be the mod no more, dog. He said, I'm leaving, man. He looked at the show. He like, man, I ain't doing this, man. I ain't doing this no more. I ain't doing this. Try you.
That lack of consequences is real, because you can't even do that if you try to take on. That's why it's so dangerous to take on the fixing of the intangible act.
Absolutely,
that's definitely fair, because if we try to impose, I mean, you could think of any scenario. If you try to impose the what if you like you get with somebody and they're cool, you notice the intangible act, don't say nothing to say that's all right, but it becomes an issue. Like it's more, you know what I'm saying? It's more of a disease than you think it was,
right?
And then you try to say something to him about it. You know what I'm saying? And typically, I'm just talking about the man saying something to a woman in the life about it. Like she would just be like, oh well, you should have accepted me like this in the beginning and all of this. So and then the whole situation becomes tilted. You know what I'm saying? Because of that issue, and and she don't have any. And I'm trying to think, in that scenario, does she have any consequence? She really doesn't.
Look at what Jada Pinkett Smith is doing. Look at what Jada Pinkett Smith just did.
That is wild.
Jada Pinkett Smith just did an interview with Hoda from Today, NBC Today, about her book coming up, because this is nothing but a book promotion, and is doing it again. Since 2016, Will Smith and I were actually separated. We could live in our lives completely separate from each other. Now, she already went to the red table and spilled all beans. You already done slept with your son's 21-year-old gap of a friend. His friend is the same age as him, and you slept with him, okay? No consequence for that. On the gram with him. Going to events with him. No consequence at all. No one is saying that she's wrong for anything that she's doing. She's getting a book promotion. The name of the book is called Worthy. The audacity of this woman to title it Worthy.
Wow.
Worthy.
Yeah.
And using the fact that she was not even cohesive with Will Smith in the last 7 years. Just to crush him even more and make him look even more dumb for slapping Chris Rock last year, trying to protect her honor. And she said, I don't need him to protect me. Yes, I got into an entanglement. Will? Yes, he came to us for mental health assistance and all that kind of stuff. He was in a bad place emotionally, and I took that, and it became something else. Really? Now, let me ask you something, Jay. If that was a man who had a 20-year-old girl who was a friend of his daughter's and he slept with her, what kind of consequence would that man be paying? Do you think he'd be able to get in the movies? She was in Madagascar 1, 2, and 3. She was in Girls Trip. This whole 7-year span of her being separated from Will Smith, she was in all other kind of stuff. She got Round Table, Red Table. She got all these things. She was able to accumulate more in all that time span. And even though she did something egregious, like sleep with that young man in a mental state where he was in an emotional state that was not conducive for his health, for him as a human being, she did him and that. She grammed it. She did all kind of stuff, and nothing happened to her. She got a book deal, and she's getting paid for these interviews. And her books come out in 2 days. And she's able to get interviews. And when she gave the interview that the separation was there, she smiled as if she did something, as if she accomplished something. She has emasculated her husband completely. And Will Smith is a sociopath because he's trying to put circles in squares and squares in circles. He's crazy. He's something wrong with him too. You got two crazies together. And one crazy is like, you know what? I'm going to get evil crazy. Now this man is trying to defend her honor last year at the Oscars. Slapped Chris Rock, a grown man, in the face. You think he would have slapped? You think he would have slapped Mac 10 in the face? Ice Cube? You think he would have smacked The Rock in the face like that? No, he wouldn't have did that. He knew who to do that to. And now she want to talk about Chris Rock. Well, Chris Rock thought we was divorced, and he tried to holler at me, and I told him no, and da. Now you trying to throw Chris Rock under the bus. You're throwing Will Smith under the bus. Everybody getting this smoke. You giving everybody smoke, and you're doing it in a very Delilah Jezebel type of way. You're trying to mask it with this elegance, but it's really evil. And I see right through you, Jada Pinkett Smith. Yeah. I see right through you because that is egregious. Now here it is. This man, he's egregious with his own self because this man is trying to still connect with the woman that you so-called separated from for 7 years. Y'all haven't had physical contact with each other like that. Y'all haven't lived together. Y'all just been co-parenting for 7 years. Keep my wife's name out your effing mouth. She not your wife no more, bruh. Will Smith, are you crazy? Is something wrong with you? What do you think this is? Yep. And she's able to do this. There is no consequence for Jada. She got a book deal. She got a book deal, Jay, and called it worthy, my boy.
Wow.
That's what I'm talking about right there. That's the reason why you don't see a lot of women taking accountability for real because it's a lack of consequence in it. Claire Huxtable, who you mentioned, was an example of the femininity that you were talking about. And if there was anything intangibly wrong with her, she did not look to Cliff to fix it. She went back to Cliff and said, baby, it was me. I'm sorry, blah, 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 whatever. And he reciprocated on that show. That was the example of what we had then. The togetherness, the unity. If you have intangible issues that you're lacking in your femininity, then getting a man to fix that for you is an absolute egregious decision to make because he cannot do that for you. That is a you thing. That's not a him thing. He said, "Where's the fax machine? I'm starting to fun for y'all."
Was it?
Did you hit that? Harriet Winslow was like that too. Exactly. Those were examples from, and Norman Lear was the producer. He also produced the Jeffersons, and he also produced Good Times. That was an example of, that was the last example of femininity in a so-called modern time at that time, because that was like late 80s, 90s and stuff like that, where the times were starting to get a little bit more modern and they upgraded or they elevated the black feminine woman in the family. So we had shows that represented that. Now we got other kind of shows. Now we got what was that show? The Millers or the Modern Family? Modern Family is a total different. Everybody's doing whatever. There is no structure. And so that's the reason why you see a lot of women who don't have the lack of that lack the accountability piece and that consequence, because there is no more examples of it to me.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, man.
That's right on that one. Yeah.
Yeah. I got you, dog.
So back on that one.
Yo,
let's go home.
If you enjoyed the show, put a 1 in the chat, man. Put a 1 in the chat if you enjoyed the show. Look, we thank everybody for coming out tonight to the Mailroom Show. We appreciate you. We definitely appreciate. We want to shout out my man Rollo the Don for show. Still, bro, and we doing a thing for the 1. He did the Mailroom Network put a 1 on it. One of the executives put a 1 in that boy. Oh my God. Hey man, if you enjoyed the show, put a 1 in the chat, man. I hope we said something that was good to you, that was good for you. Hey yo, don't be a stranger, become a mail carrier, man. Go ahead and like, share, subscribe to the channel, man. Like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on IG at the Mailroom Network. Our name has changed. It's no longer Mailroom View anymore. It's at the Mailroom Network. And go ahead and subscribe to the channel right now, man. And also, if you have any content suggestions or anything you want to give us, some videos you want us to react to, trust me, we are going to be getting back to our video reacts. All right, don't worry. We do have some stuff in the archives that we about to do. Go ahead and email us at the mailroom313 at yahoo.com. Email us so that way we all can get the content together. Do not message me. I have to say this almost every week. Don't message me because I will forget sometimes, okay? And I want your stuff to get noticed by the fellas. So please go ahead and email the mailroom313 at yahoo.com, man. So, hey, man, you got something you want to say, bro?
Nah, nothing, man. Great show. It was, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad I made it.
Show, man. Hey, yo, we out, man. But listen, yo, again, we'll be back next week, episode number 4. We're gonna talk about some more stuff, some good stuff. Hey, you stay tuned. All right, Mail Carriers, assemble.
It's just gonna get any greasier than this.
Exactly. It's gonna get real melanin around this. Yo, shout out to the new Mail Carriers. We appreciate it. We got some more subscribers, some more viewers. We appreciate you all. We out. Peace.